the Portland metro area that isn't exactly Portland. The attention to detail with this home is pretty unparalleled. You know, lay out some hors d'oeuvres, you got some extra counter space right here, or asking me to show them like more budget-friendly listings. Only local traffic. These aren't like main thoroughfares here. Some thick courts. I'm gonna tell you what the list price is, but first let's go take a look. If you're new to the channel, my name's Matt and I make videos each and every week about what it's like to live in Portland, Oregon. Additionally, I am a licensed real estate agent and I am dedicated to helping people just like you make their move here to Portland. And I'm the only agent getting out there every week showing you every single part of Portland and going inside of active current listings on the market just like this one. So if you are looking to buy your dream home here in Portland, make sure you call, text, email, or just scan the QR code right here on the screen and we will talk soon about your move to Portland. All right, so today we have ventured outside of Portland just a little bit to the city of Gladstone. And this feels like definitely more of like a suburb than a city. And there are some amenities. I'm just gonna level with you right now because I've been fighting a cold the last few days and I'm just starting to get over it. And you know, I would much rather be in bed chilling right now, but I am still dedicated to getting out here and showing you guys all the different neighborhoods. And today, yeah, we are about 15 minutes to the south of Portland in this Gladstone area. And this particular neighborhood, I'm guessing was established, you know, in the 70s because there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of split level homes which were popular in the 70s. And so the house that we are going to go see actually is an incredible split level home that has been fully, and when I say fully, I mean completely updated in so many incredible ways. And today we're just gonna take it easy. You know, we're about 5 minutes from shopping if you need to. We're like 5 minutes from a bunch of car dealerships if you need to. And so we are also only about 5 to 10 minutes from Oregon City as well. So we're kind of down here in the Clackamas County region and it's very quiet. You got a lot of these like 70s split level homes here. That's pretty much all you're gonna see here. You might see a few tri-level homes, which are similar. You might find a few ranches here and there, but for the most part, you're getting pretty much split levels. And I might dare to say that the one that we're going to see is the most impressive split level in this whole neighborhood. Now, Gladstone actually borders in the corner of where the Willamette River and the Clackamas River meet. So it's really cool. There's a lot of water activities that you can do if you live in Gladstone. And like pretty much every other neighborhood in Portland or any surrounding city of Portland, there is so much nature. Just walking around this area, you can see so many trees and people have just beautifully landscaped yards. See, if you look here, this is more of like a tri-level homes, which are very similar to split levels, but a little bit different. So for all of you split level lovers, you're definitely gonna want to check out Gladstone. Now, normally when I give you these tours every single week, I try to show you, you know, like, well, I'll take you to the shopping centers and I'll take you to the nearest kind of downtown main hub. But like I said, I'm still kind of getting over a cold and I just want to take it easy. So I just took a stroll around the block and now we are walking up to this listing. So we're going to look at this incredibly fully updated 1970s split level home. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to reveal it in a second. And after that, we're gonna go across the river to West Linn. So this video, I'm showing you a little bit of the Portland metro area that isn't exactly Portland. So for you viewers that wanna live up here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, but you don't wanna live in Portland proper, this video is for you. I've got a lot of clients relocating to the suburbs and I help with all of that. And so this house right here is the one that we're gonna go see. All right, so what we have here is an incredibly stunning, updated split level home, and it has been updated in probably every possible way that that one could update a house. It's got a brand new roof. All of the exterior is new. There's new systems throughout the home. There's a new sewer line. There's a new deck out back. The kitchen has been fully gutted and updated. Pretty much every single surface in this home has been updated. So I absolutely can't wait to show you. And I also can't wait to show you the backyard because it is just completely stunning. It's like definitely a jaw dropper of a backyard. And you know, the attention to detail with this home is pretty unparalleled. You don't see updates like this very often because most of the time, you know, people spend as little attention to detail and spend as little money as possible when they're trying to update a house in order to resell it, or in other words, flip. But this definitely does not give your average flip vibes, trust me. You know, it's about as high end of an update as you can possibly get. And the listing agent's a good friend of mine. His name's Jesse Dow. Thanks to Jesse for helping out with everything and for bringing this really cool listing to market and doing all these incredible updates. So with that said, I can't wait to show you guys this home behind me. And as always, I'm gonna tell you the list price at the end, but let's go see it first. So here it is from the outside. Beautiful board and batten black siding on the top and brand new cedar siding on the bottom. Stunning. And this home definitely stands out on this street. It's just beautiful. And then speaking of this street, it is on a very quiet dead end cul-de-sac with, you know, many other split levels. There's this tri-level right across the street. There's a split level right next to it. And it's just an incredible, quiet, peaceful little street. So great place to move to if you've got kids or if you're trying to start a family. But let's go on in and take a look at this incredibly beautiful home. Even the driveway here has been completely freshly poured and everything about this home is updated. Even these lights out here on the exterior are on dimmers, so you can make them as bright or as dim as you want. You got beautiful landscaping. Just take a look at how nice all of this siding and exterior is. It's so clean you could eat off of it. So let's go on in. So characteristic of pretty much every split level home, this is kind of the defining factor, is you've got the split levels right here. So you can go downstairs or upstairs. So we are going to start with the upstairs. And you'll notice this beautiful white oak hardwood floors throughout, and that is on the treads of the stairs as well, you might notice. And you've got this beautiful light fixture right here. And there is so much natural light coming in through that really huge bay window right there, as well as that one right there. And so again, beautiful new hardwood floors. And that leads you over here. Pretty typical split level home layout. You know, you've got this upper living room area right here that flows around into the kitchen. And you've got a beautiful fireplace here. They did a really nice job here. I love the black surround. And this is a wood burning fireplace, super high end hardware right here. Just like goes to show you the attention to detail that was put into this home. And this hardwood floors pour right into this beautiful kitchen that has been very, very nicely updated. As you can see, it's got these beautiful stained fully wood cabinets that have tons of space and soft close. And you've got this super high end range right here. And all of these drawers, massive drawers, also soft close, and some even bigger drawers. I love this beautiful built-in range hood right there. Super high-end commercial grade hardware right there. And then you've also got the built-in KitchenAid dishwasher with the 3 levels. So really nice, super high-end appliances. They did not cheap out on pretty much anything in this home. You've got the built-in microwave right here, and I could just hang out in this kitchen all day because look at how stunning all of these cabinets are. You've got so much storage space, you know? This is just some very high-end carpentry. And you've also got this little area right here. So if you want to have guests and, you know, lay out some hors d'oeuvres, you got some extra counter space right here, or maybe you just want to set up your espresso machine right there. That's probably what I would do if I'm being completely honest. And it's hard to ignore this backyard right here. So let's definitely go take a look at that. You got this beautiful tile backsplash here as well though, so we can't ignore that. And this is just a very, very beautifully designed kitchen. So one of the nicest kitchens I've seen in a split level for a while. But let's go check out this outside because this backyard is incredible. Aside from just the backyard, this deck is so huge. Like, look at how much space we have here on this deck. You've got this furniture right here, but then all of this space over here. And there's even an entrance right here to the primary bedroom. And I'm gonna show you that obviously in a minute, but let's just take in this backyard. This home sits on almost a quarter lot, not quite, but pretty close. But look how huge this yard is. So not only do you have a massive deck, but you've also got a huge backyard. So there's tons of grass, newly planted grass that, you know, you can have the kids running around on. And you've got this little pathway, fully fenced in yard. So you can have the pups running around too. And it's got these incredible old growth trees that provide you lots of shade as well. Here's another one. And so yeah, also can't forget about all this under deck storage space. So you can put all sorts of, you know, you can put bikes or whatever you want to store down here. And now let's go in and take a look at the rest of the house. So we're gonna come around this way and take one more walk through this beautiful kitchen again and head into the bedrooms up here, which are to the right here. And this hardwood floor continues. And then right here, we've got our first full bathroom with this huge vanity and this beautiful shower. I mean, look at these tiles. I love this beautiful green color tile. You have a huge bathtub and a lovely built-in little shelf right there. So this is a great shower. And then right here, you've just got a little bit of a coat closet, since it's right next to the entrance. And then you continue down the hall and you've got another closet right here, a linen closet. And also you can store like a vacuum right there too. So all of the space is very thoughtful here. And then you've got 3 bedrooms right here. And here's the first one, and it's a pretty good size. You got your closet right here. And they're currently staging it as an office, of course. And so there's a look out to the front yard. And then in here is another bedroom right at the end of the hall. And so this is also looking out to the front. And then you have your primary bedroom right here that has a ceiling fan. Even though it does have central AC throughout this home, it's also got this attached ensuite bathroom that has these beautiful round tiles that go all the way into the shower here. So that's pretty nice. And then I love these tiles here in this shower. So really nice shower. Once again, just about as high end as you can get. And these, I believe, are the actual same cabinets that are in the kitchen. And nicely fogged window that looks out to the backyard. But yeah, pretty decent primary bedroom. And then you've got this huge sliding glass door that goes right out onto the deck. So you can wake up, come right outside here for some fresh air. But first, let's go downstairs. And down here, the flooring transitions to this tile. Believe it or not, this is tile. I know it's kind of hard to tell in the video maybe, because it does look like wood, but it's tile. And then right here, we've got this pretty spacious bonus room that has a wood burning fireplace right there. And considering that we're downstairs right now, this is a pretty well lit room, you know? So you got this huge window right here, and then it's letting in a good amount of light here for this lower level. And then here is the third full bathroom with your shower, and they've really put in some really decently sized vanities in these bathrooms of this whole home. And then you've got your fourth bedroom right down here, and this is most definitely a conforming bedroom. You got the big window right there, and you got a pretty big closet right there as well. And then last but not least, well, almost last but not least, you have the laundry room right here that looks out to the backyard. And if you decide to purchase this home, I will make sure that they include a washer and dryer. So we'll make sure that it matches all the other appliances as far as quality. So if you're thinking of moving to this Gladstone area and you want to jump on this house, make sure you reach out so that I can negotiate that washer and dryer into the deal. That's going to be a Portland, Oregon living exclusive. So don't you worry, I've got your back. And now, last but not least, is this 2-car garage right here. And it's got a new garage door. And as you can see here, it's got a new tankless water heater. So you've got basically unlimited hot water throughout the whole house. The electrical panel is also new. And another thing that they've done in this home is put insulation throughout the entire flooring between the two levels, so that in the winter time it stays nice and warm, and in the summertime it stays nice and cool on both levels. And there you have it, folks. All right, so once again, this was just an immaculate updated split level home built in 1972, I think, right around there. Beautiful exterior. I mean, I love the color contrast of this cedar and this black here. It's just such a beautiful home. And yeah, once again, it is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house. It's sitting on right around a 1/4 acre. It's just under a 1/4 acre. And the house itself is right around 2,200 square feet. So I want to know what your favorite thing about this house. Is it the curb appeal? Is it this beautifully quiet cul-de-sac street? Is it the backyard? Is it the 800 square foot deck in the backyard? Is it the primary? Is it the layout? Is it that beautiful hardwood floor? Or maybe is it just the brand new sewer line? So once again, if you call me and you want to make an offer on this house, I will make sure that we negotiate into the offer a washer and dryer of your choice. So if this is the neighborhood that you want to live in, definitely get in touch. But first, don't reach out until I tell you what the list price is, which I'm about to do. And the list price on this incredible home is $799,000. What do you think? Is that something that you could imagine paying to live in a neighborhood like this, in a home like that? Just what a wonderful home. I can't even really fully explain how well done that update has been. And so again, if you want to make an offer on that house specifically, it is still available at the time of making this video. Make sure you contact me ASAP via any method that you see on the screen. You can call, text, or email me, or scan the QR code to schedule a call. Days, nights, weekends, anytime, and I will most likely respond as soon as I receive your message. And if that one isn't the right one, still please get in touch, because I am helping people relocate to not just Portland, but everywhere in the Portland metro area, from all over the place, whether that's Oklahoma City or San Diego or New York City, like everywhere and everywhere in between. I am super happy to help you, and I can't wait to hear from you. I've been getting emails and texts and calls from people every single day, and I want it to continue. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to hear from you. And with that said, we are gonna head over to the other side of the river we're gonna keep the theme going of not Portland specifically, and we're gonna head to West Linn next to look at an incredibly stunning home over there, and we'll see what the neighborhoods over there have to offer. So let's go. All right, and now we jumped over the bridge and we are in a completely different city called West Linn, and we're only about 20 minutes. It took me maybe like 20 minutes to get here. And as you can see, the homes here are very, very different. And so are the streets. We're in a very hilly neighborhood called Sunset or Barrington Heights. We're really close to the border of like Sunset and Barrington Heights. And a lot of the homes here were built in the late 1990s and early 2000s. And the one that we're about to go see is a 2000s build. And there is an HOA here, but it's pretty minimal. The HOA dues at the house we're about to go see are right around $200 to $300 quarterly. So not too bad. That covers like road maintenance and grounds. All of this landscaping here gets taken care of by the HOA. But similar to this last neighborhood that we saw, it's just beautiful, immersed in well-established trees, and there's just so much nature here to enjoy, and I absolutely love it. As you can see, this is a very, very quiet street and a very quiet neighborhood. There's barely any traffic on these streets, only local traffic. These aren't like main thoroughfares here. But if you go up this road, and I'm not gonna show you, maybe I'll put on some B-roll. If you go up the street and you just keep walking for about 20 minutes, you get to this little like shopping mall where there's a huge Safeway. There's some restaurants over there. There is like a sushi spot, and there's a place called Killer Burger. There's, you know, coffee options. And so, yeah, that's only about a 4-minute drive or maybe 20-minute walk or so. And I'll put some B-roll on the screen so that you guys can see that. But this right here is the incredible home that we are about to go see. So what we have here is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home that was built in 2003. And it is here in this beautiful West Linn neighborhood. And it is on such a quiet street. This is a little dead-end street. There's only 4 other houses on this street. I love the stone and the cedar exterior of this home. It's got a massive 3-car garage that I can't wait to show you. And it's got some pretty sweet views, but the most surprising thing I think for this house is going to be the upstairs primary bathroom. So make sure you stick around for that. And without wasting any more of your time, let's go on in and take a look. So it is getting towards the end of the day, so we're running a little bit low on light. You got this beautiful little yard here with some grass that goes around. I'm not exactly 100% sure how far the actual property goes, but I'm assuming this is all part of it. You've got this nice little stone pathway down here that I'll just let you take a quick little peek into. So it's got this little backyard space over here. It's really close to the other houses, but let's go on inside and take a look at the whole house. And so here's the grand entryway. You got the stone that goes all the way up here. That is stunning. And so when you walk in, you get to soak in kind of the full layout of this house. You got this grand stairway. You got this really nice living room right here with a gas fireplace. And then over here, you have some other rooms, but let's start right here. and we are going to appreciate this massive vaulted ceiling with the huge windows. Considering we're towards the end of the day, there is a good amount of natural light being let in right here. And I just love that it's got this gas fireplace right here. Super lovely. And then that flows right into this formal dining area with this really impressive light fixture right here. Super cool. And I love the wainscoting that goes along the side here of this dining room. That's a nice little touch. And then this flows right into the super, super impressive kitchen. I mean, look at these beautiful updated quartz countertops right here. This is a huge island. I mean, like, you can set up some chairs right here. You can eat, and you can sit probably 1, 2, 3, 4 people just right here alone for some casual dining. It's got this incredible built-in 6-burner range. And just look at all the countertop space over here too. This is some thick quartz, and it just goes all the way around. You've got tons of space to work with, and you've got these beautiful cabinets too. And it's even got a trash compactor, which you don't see too often. But yeah, beautiful cabinets. Not soft close, but that's okay. And it's got this little workspace right here. A lot of these early 2000s homes have these like built-in desks here, and that's pretty nice. You can kind of sit down while you're simmering some soup perhaps, and then you've got this big old pantry right here with lots of cabinet space. You got the built-in oven, built-in microwave. I've got to call this out as like a designated espresso machine spot. And then you've got this really huge fridge. Let's see if they've got any ice cream. Nope. But yeah, these hardwood floors are in beautiful condition. And yeah, there's a lot of this hardwood floor on this main level. And then you've got this other dining area right here. So you can put like a small table here, big table in there, and then right out here we have this lovely patio. So this is stunning. This is what I'm talking about when we have all of this natural beauty all throughout the Portland metro area, and this is no different here in West Linn. So whether you're in West Linn or Beaverton or Portland or Cedar Hills or Gladstone, you're going to find a lot of natural beauty pretty much everywhere you go in this area. So that's one of the big reasons why I have a lot of people relocating to Portland. Can't fucking close this door. We'll come back to that. And then you've got this wonderful living room right here, also with another gas fireplace. So you got a gas fireplace over here, you got one over there. And then when we go over here, there is even more storage space. So that's pretty cool. And then right in here is our laundry that is gonna come included with the home. And then in here is your 3-car garage with the epoxy flooring. Really nice. You got a built-in vacuum, lots of built-in shelves and drawers over here. And yeah, these appliances look pretty solid too. It's pretty new as well, which would make sense because those typically need to be replaced every 20 years or so. And the house is about 20 years old. And in here, whoops. In here, we've got a main level half bath. So that's really nice. And then we're back at the entrance, which takes us to this little office. So this is an office, but also it could potentially be a bedroom too. That's a pretty small closet, but one more look at this like entry area, living room space, and then let's head upstairs. And right at the top of the stairs, this is the primary bedroom, but first let's go look at the other ones first. If we go all the way over here, you got this room, and it's pretty dark because I think this light died or something, but this is a bedroom. It's about almost 7 o'clock, so it's kind of dark here. Here's a pretty big walk-in closet though, just for one of these side bedrooms. Over here is a full bathroom with the double sinks, and then you've got the shower and toilet in here, as well as a tub, so that's nice. And then this is another very good sized bedroom, but it doesn't actually have a closet. So that's interesting. I don't know if they're actually technically calling it a bedroom. But then if we go all the way over here, you've got a linen closet. We're gonna pass by this room. We'll come back to it because you've got this bedroom right here. And this is like really close to the house next door. So you're looking right at their roof. Pretty big size closet. And then let's go check out this primary bedroom because it is massive. It's got a pretty good sized bedroom area, but the bathroom is almost just as big, right? This is huge. So you've got this huge jacuzzi tub right here that's like overlooking into the forest. And also I believe it's got heated floors in here, so that's really cool. And then here's your shower right here, really high clearance in here, and it's got a bench, so that's nice. And then it's got this double sink here, huge mirror, tons of drawers and storage space right here. And then it's got this absolutely massive walk-in closet. I mean, this is pretty huge. So hopefully if you're buying a house like this with a closet like this, you've got a ton of stuff. And I even like the under cabinet lighting right down there. That's pretty sweet. And then your little toilet, water closet room. And there you have it, folks. So once again, this one was a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home, right around 3,200 square feet. And what a beautiful home this is. Right here in West Linn, you are in such a quiet neighborhood. But again, like I said, you're only about a 4-minute drive to like some shopping, groceries, restaurants and stuff. And then there's also like downtown Willamette, where you've got this huge park, Willamette Park. It's right on the Willamette River. And there's also just food carts and restaurants. It's like this really cool little downtown area. So West Linn is, you know, like many other areas, it's got so much peace and quiet and tranquility here, but it's also got, you know, amenities that are really close by because it's such a small town, you know. So with that said, the list price on this home that I just showed you is, well, you're gonna have to wait a second because there's one thing I forgot to show you, and it's right here. There's this little walking trail right here that goes through kind of the forest, and isn't it lovely? You can walk your dog. It is getting a little bit dark, so bear with me here. I might be able to brighten up the video, but yeah, this is a paved little walking trail. This is just a couple steps away from your front door if you're living in that house. And you know, of course, I'm gonna tell you what the list price is, but I gotta just kind of show you this little walkway here because that's what you want to see. You know, this is the type of stuff that you don't actually get on Zillow, right? And so here we are basically in the forest, and this is kind of like a common theme that you have pretty much everywhere in the Portland area. Is there's these hidden little trails and pathways, and like you just take a few steps and you can barely even see any houses nearby, right? Like you can kind of see the house through the trees there, but still, it's this lovely little pathway. Now, if you wanted to live here or at that house that is for sale right up the street, the current list price is $935,000. So let me know in the comments if you got it right. And of course, reach out to me by any method that you see on the screen, whether you're moving in the near or distant future, whether you're interested in that house or any other house that I may not have shown on this channel before. Ooh, there's some persimmon trees right here. That's pretty cool. I hear from people constantly, all the time, and so don't feel weird about reaching out. It doesn't matter whether you're moving in the near or distant future. I absolutely love hearing from you guys. It never gets old. And so with that said, we're gonna head over to the last spot. I don't know where it is, but it's getting dark, so I have to figure out where I'm gonna go tomorrow. And for you, it's gonna happen right now. All right, so far in this video, we have seen two incredible homes in two different parts of Portland out in the suburbs. So we've seen Gladstone and we've seen West Linn. And now I thought what I would do is tie it all together and bring you back to Portland. But we're gonna look at sort of a suburby part of Portland. And right now I am walking around Gabriel Park, which is a 90-acre park here in Southwest Portland that has just about everything you could want in a park, I would think. This here behind me is a massive, fully fenced-in dog park. It's a really great place to take the pups. And then right here next to it, it's got a huge community garden with tons of stuff growing. You know, there's numerous plots. There's like some tomatoes, there's berries. So if you want to get a plot here where you can grow some veggies or whatever you want, flowers, this is available here in this park. There's also forested trails that you can walk on. There's one of the best children's play areas in all of Portland at this park. There's baseball fields, basketball courts, pickleball, tennis courts. There's even a community pool on the park, as well as a community center. It's just one of my favorite parks. It's a good sized 90 acres, so it's very manageable. If you want to go from one side to the other, you can hike through it. Behind me there, you see those trees off in the distance. That's like, there's trails that go through there. So there's even like a little creek that runs through the park here. So it's just a beautiful, tranquil, peaceful park. And I thought we would come here because it's kind of like a nice middle ground where you're still in Portland proper, but it has a more kind of spread out feel, similar to the suburbs, but there's still a lot of amenities close by, especially here in Multnomah Village. So if you go this way, you can get around to the other side of that dog park area or just keep walking into the forest. But I am going to take you this way out towards the southern exit of the park because I've got a listing here that I'm going to take you to that is just steps away from this park. Also thought it was appropriate to take you here since I've been talking about nature throughout this whole video, all throughout Portland and the surrounding cities around Portland. So thought I would just show you a little bit of an incredible park. Now, as we're exiting the park, we are getting into the neighborhood, and the listing that we're gonna go take a look at is just really close. It's just right over here. And just look around at the scenery. It's similar to these other neighborhoods that we've seen where it's just very forested. And here in Multnomah Village, there's a lot of hilly terrain. So you'll notice that the street goes kind of up like that. This part of Portland, we are only about 10 minutes to the south of downtown Portland. And it's pretty easy to get to the east side. You can get to the inner east side within about 10 minutes, unless it's, you know, later in the day and there's traffic, then it might take maybe twice as long. So, and they call it Multnomah Village because there is a little downtown village like there are for many other parts of Portland. And so you can have this kind of quiet, almost suburban-like feel within the neighborhoods, but also be just a few minutes away from this little very quaint walkable area. Now this right here is the listing that we're gonna go and see. And so normally on this channel for the number 3 listing, I like to take you to sort of like a grand finale, you know, like a multi-million-dollar listing, so to speak, that's just kind of fun to fantasize about living in, or just an incredibly mind-blowing listing. But also recently on the channel, I've been getting some comments, and by the way, I read every single comment I get on this channel. You will always feel heard if you leave a comment here. and I hope you do. And I'm just trying to show you that I do listen to every single comment, because I've gotten some requests from people that are like asking me to show them like more budget-friendly listings. Maybe don't show the $2 million listings and show ones that are more accessible. And so this listing that we are going to go see right on the corner over here fits that bill. So we're very close to the post office here. There is Multnomah Boulevard. It's the main drag, and it'll take you up to the freeway over there. And if you go up this street here, just maybe 2 or 3 blocks or so, you will be in Multnomah Village, where there's just numerous bars and restaurants and shops. And I wasn't gonna go over there, but you know what? I'm feeling like I wanna show you a little bit of what Multnomah Village looks like, just so that you can have a feel for like how ideal this location is. Especially right over there. You're tucked away from the main street of Multnomah Boulevard, yet it's very easy to access it. You're within 2 blocks of one of the greatest parks in all of Portland, and you're within 2 blocks of Multnomah Village. So if you're looking for a living situation that isn't going to completely break the bank, and it's going to put you in a location that is accessible to multiple different types of amenities, you're gonna wanna keep watching this one, because that's what we're gonna be seeing in just a few minutes. But you do have to kind of go up a little bit of a hill here. There isn't exactly a consistent sidewalk necessarily through this area, but I think the cars, for the most part, are mindful of that. So we've walked about a block, and we have another block to go up. We kind of came up this little hill, and if you look up ahead, there's one more little hill right here that we have to get up. And conveniently, we have some sidewalks here now, so that's nice. And you get to look at these nice little townhomes here on the side. There's a lot of that over here in Multnomah Village. You're gonna see some really, really old houses, but you'll also see a lot more newer developments that were built in, you know, the 80s, 90s, 2000s. These are obviously much newer, definitely 2000s build, I'm guessing. And pretty much right when we get over this next little hill over here, we're in Multnomah Village. So yes, it's very walkable, but it also kind of has a suburby feel. So if you want the best of both worlds, Multnomah Village is a great option for that. And the other thing is, over here, we are very close to Beaverton. Basically, if you just drive 5 minutes farther to the west, you have hit the Beaverton city limits. So that's actually a pretty cool perk. Like, you're only about 10 to 15 minutes from downtown Beaverton from right here. You can have, again, the best of both worlds. You know, you can easily access Portland, and you can easily access Beaverton if you're living over here. And now we're just starting to get to the edge of this Multnomah Village area. Here's like a little pet store, and here's a little view. Here's a little sitting area. This isn't exactly a park, but right here, right down below, is where all of the main Multnomah Village amenities are. And we've got a few blocks of, you know, businesses right down here. So it's pretty cool. I'll walk around up on this edge, because honestly, I don't know if I've shown you this part. I've definitely walked you guys down there before, but up here, you know, it kind of just goes to show you there's still little businesses, whether you want acupuncture or a little music store, guitar repair store, pretty cool music store right there. And then we've got some more kind of boutique clothing stores over here, right in there. If you want to represent some Multnomah Village stuff, you can go in there and get some shirts. And then we're kind of approaching the town center, and I'll walk up to here, show you a little bit of, give you a little pan around the area, and then we'll head back and take a tour of the listing that is just, like you've seen, steps away from right here. And yeah, if you haven't noticed, I think I'm feeling a little bit better today. So here we are. So you've got like a pizza place right here. Here's a really cool toy store. You've got some restaurants, you know, fancy bistros. And then down here, there's a whole bunch of stuff. You got a flower store. There's some bars over there. And if you go over to Multnomah, that light that's over there, there's a big food cart pod over there, and it just keeps going this way. And yeah, super quaint little lovely area. So I'm gonna walk back and show you this listing because you know, I think this is what you guys come to this channel to see. It's fun to go tour these crazy multi-million dollar 6,000 square foot properties. I want to show you one that you guys can actually get into, and I want to challenge one of you to reach out to me and make an offer if you actually like it. So this area is great. I'm going to walk back over there and I'm going to just jump cut to the listing now. All right, and so here we are. We're back at this house, and you know, like I said before, this is going to be a no frills, user-friendly home tour. For those of you who are seriously considering a purchase here in Multnomah Village, okay? Once again, we are just 2 blocks away, maybe even barely, it's like a block and a half down to Gabriel Park. And then we are also only about 2.5 blocks up into Multnomah Village. This is just a really, really special neighborhood. Great location for this house. You're off the beaten path. We're still like 2 blocks off of the main Multnomah Boulevard street. So you don't have to worry about like super fast traffic coming in. And so this home, you know, it was built in 1989, and it might feel when we're walking around in there like it's a little bit outdated because, well, I don't think there's really been any updates to this home. I might be wrong, there might have been an update, but it certainly hasn't happened since, you know, the late 90s, if there ever was one. But with that said, this home is absolutely move-in ready, and you know, it's ready for you to make your updates too. I think it's at a price point where it could allow some really cool updates. And if it's not, then, you know, we can work on that if you're interested in getting this property. So with that said, I'm going to tell you what the list price is. It also was recently, the price was recently lowered for the second time, I believe. So definitely consider yourself living here in this incredible location. Once again, 10 minutes to downtown Portland, 10 minutes to downtown Beaverton, a 2-minute walk to one of the best 90-acre parks in all of Portland, and the incredible Multnomah Village, which you've seen. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you what the list price is, but first let's go take a look. So once again, we are super close to the post office, so if you got stuff to mail, it's just literally right over there. And then just look at this lovely neighborhood. Gotta give a shout out to Michael for letting me in here, one of my fellow EXP agents. Super cool of him. And here is this wonderful house. It's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. It's right around 1,800 square feet, and it's got this huge driveway right here, as well as a garage. So the roof looks like it's in decent shape. I assume that's been updated within the last 10 years or so. Don't think that's original, but you've got this nice little area here around the side, and it has a little backyard that I'm gonna show you. But let's go on inside. And so like I said, it's going to feel very late 80s, early 90s vibes in here because this was built in 1989. And I love these vaulted ceilings here. You've got, this looks like it's been updated, a very nice and clean looking wood burning fireplace. And I would think maybe they've updated the carpets too. These definitely could be original, but I don't think so. These are probably updated. But then once we go into the kitchen, I'll show you the upstairs in a minute, but we gotta go into the kitchen, and you've got this linoleum flooring and these, you know, countertops. So definitely gives it that original feel. This is definitely an original stove, and it looks like it's in really great shape, all things considered. I mean, this stainless steel is beautiful. Maybe they've updated that, and all these cabinets are pretty nice. There's your original dishwasher as well. But look at how open this feels. You know, you've got this little living room space over here. The one thing I'm not sure I like is carpet here and what is, I assume, supposed to be like this little dining area, but look at how much natural light is coming in right here. So this looks out into the backyard, which I'll show you right now. It's a pretty small backyard, you know, this is not a big lot, but it is fully fenced, and it's got this kind of paved area right here, as well as a little grassy area right there, and you can see the central air conditioning unit right over there. But let's go back in the house and we'll look at the rest of this space over here. And once again, the kitchen, you've got this like good amount of pantry space right here and a decent amount of countertop space, you know? Maybe you want to come in here and put some new quartz countertops in, or just something that feels a little bit more current. But still, even if you don't, this is very much usable and move-in ready, even if it's dated. So over here, off this area, you've got a half bathroom, and there's the half bath right there. And then right next to that is the laundry, and these look like, at least this is a new machine. And then right here is the garage. And this is a 2-car garage, and there's your furnace right over there. And we'll go in and see the upstairs real quick. And we'll go now up to the upstairs real quick. And once again, it is a 3-bedroom, and all 3 of the bedrooms are up here. This is the primary right here. We'll look at that last. But here we have a lovely little full bathroom, and I love this blue tile here. It's very nice. And it's a good amount of countertop space. And you've got a tub and shower, as well as a pretty big skylight that is letting in some natural light. And so that's always nice to have. And then you've got 2 bedrooms right here. So here's one, and this is actually a pretty cool room because it's got this huge west-facing window. So there's gonna be so much natural light coming in here, and it's out looking over Gabriel Park. So that's absolutely lovely. And then we go in here to see this other bedroom. It's a little bit smaller, but it is also west facing. So there's gonna be a lot of evening sunlight coming in here. And then last but not least, we have the primary bedroom. Very high ceilings in here. Pretty spacious room actually. And I like how it's got this built-in bench right here that also has some additional storage. So that's always cool to see. And this is looking out to the east. So this is gonna get some morning sunlight. But this is a pretty good sized room right here, you know, big enough to fit a nice big king bed and still have a lot of room to walk around. And you've got your double sinks here. To your right is a fairly spacious walk-in closet with a good amount of storage space. And then to the left, you have your toilet and shower. So that completes this tour almost, because there's another skylight right there. So one more look at this room and then we'll head outside. And there you have it, folks. And so once again, we just saw a 1989 built 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, lovely traditional home, you know, standard, beautiful home right here in Multnomah Village. While yes, it's maybe a little bit dated, it's got some lovely charm to it. It's very much move-in ready, and it's got unlimited potential for you to update it and make it your own. And I hope you've got a good guess as far as what this price is for this home in an incredible neighborhood. Like I said, they've already lowered the price twice now. They just did a price reduction right before I scheduled this visit to film it. And yeah, hopefully by now you've got a good guess locked in, because the current list price on this home is $624,000. So let me know what you think. Let me know if this is a home that you could see yourself buying. And so if you want to see another video just like this, make sure you click right here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you over there.